Good morning. Welcome to our Thankful Thursday. May we all be thankful to our gurus, our teachers, today, especially on this Guruvar, and maybe remember them with gratitude, love, and light. And on this beautiful day, let's start our day with our power of dreams. Let's think about them, let's dream about them, and let's manifest as the music plays. So, more power to us. More power to us, more power to our dreams. May everyone's dreams come to fruition as soon as possible. So I hope all of you are in integrity and you're doing your videos. I believe yesterday Rahul sir could not send the video number 12. So that'll be today as part of your assignment. Please tap and do with Margaret because we concluded one chapter yesterday. Today we're going to be concluding our book with Luke Cotino. So let's go for it. And there will be about 10, 12 questions for us, which we have to fill in the blanks. So I request Rahul sir to please send that, copy, paste that and make it as a Word file and send it to everyone. So one can do the self-analysis, maybe in the books or however, to answer our questions, whether you can do in Word file, whether you want to do them in reflections and writing, do however, because until you analyze yourself, you will not know where are you going in life, right? So by now we have tried 62 practices, lifestyle changes that we could incorporate for a better life, but we haven't probably implemented them all. Maybe today's book about journaling, we'll realize that, there are questions that we have to answer for a better understanding of our being. Conclusion of this beautiful book, Magic Pill Weight Loss by Luke Cotino. There are the top lifestyle changes that thousands of my clients across the globe have used to lose weight and improve their health. At this point, there are over 19,000 people who follow me on Facebook, along with the social media platforms like Instagram and Twitter, who have also used lifestyle to lose weight and reverse diseases. Reach out to them. They're always there on the page to motivate and inspire you to do the same. Get onto my Facebook page where I post regular videos about how to inculcate lifestyle changes, heal and prevent disease. That's the beauty and power of lifestyle. Lifestyle is not just the magic weight loss pill. It's a natural drug for preventing and healing almost every disease, including cancer. Having reached this far, you have determined the few and many lifestyle changes that you need to make or add to your life. Take them one at a time. Do them until they become a habit. Take what applies to you. Make a list of the top 5 lifestyle changes you need to make. Get a buddy to track you. Get yourself a device to track your activities. You can do this alone or as a family. Choose a lifestyle that works for everyone and work on it as a team. If you're sick, select lifestyle changes that will help you heal and prevent sickness and disease from worsening, especially the fact about intermittent fasting. When you're sick, please don't eat. Let your body heal. That's something we've learned, dry fasting or intermittent fasting, whatever works. I truly appreciate all of you for reading this book and buying it from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot to me that you have taken out the time to read my book. I truly hope it helps you change your weight and your health in a meaningful way. Before I end, I will leave you with a little exercise that can help you determine which lifestyle changes you need. Questions to ask yourself and reflect on. This assignment will come to you today in a Word file. Please do that. Answer it, whether you save that file into your groups, whether you put them into your mini sanghas or your main sangha. Inspire each other, inspire one and all. All you have to do is just answer. How are your current eating habits affecting you every day, including your mind and body? So, say, for example, you've read the book completely now, but you haven't changed anything. Please understand, आप कहाँ पर हो? And आप जो खा रहे हो, how is it affecting you? Are you happy about it? So if you're not happy about it, we have to analyze and tap also that why do I keep eating again and again? Go to the grassroots level, what is affecting me? Number two, what are the three healthy nutritional changes, habits you would like to make or adopt? So again, in the future, okay, I want to sleep early, I want to eat this, I want to have my dinner before sunset or whatever. Intention hai. So write down the intention. Now you can write them in the Rhonda Byrne way where you say, grateful to be eating before sunset or grateful to be working out every day for 1 hour. Whatever your intention is, write that in that format. It will be more powerful because remember, whatever he's asking us to do, we're putting them as intentions. Now, what is holding you back? What challenges are you facing? Some stuff holding you back could be, my major food craving you know, habit that I crave for food. Even though I'm full, I eat food. And challenges I'm facing is determination to stop binge eating and to, probably I'm too free in life that I'm eating too much. So maybe I need to get busy, which is going to be great, or do something that interests me. Yes, addiction. So write that down. So that at least there'll come a point that you will probably not be addicted anymore. Some teacher will come your way, something will come your way. Maybe it'll change you. Exercise and movements. How are your current exercise habits affecting you every day, including your mind and body? Now, the minute you exercise, you feel good. Why? Because endorphins are released, and that makes you happy. Happy hormones are released. So, if you aren't doing that yet, and now you're saying, okay, now again, second, intentions, three intentions that you want to create. So, whichever intentions you want to create. Okay, I can do yoga in the house because it's too cold now. I can't step out, or it's raining, or something. So, yoga mat, you can do at home, right? On the spot running, jogging, some exercise you can do, right? Planks, look continuous shortest, we can do that. So there should be no excuses. Let's all start with simple, small stuff. Now, what is holding you back? What challenges are you facing? So, I make excuses. I'm not disciplined, not determined, or my morning sleep is important. After the session, I go back to sleep. So it doesn't matter. Kabhi to time milega in about 18 hours of your being up or 16 hours of yours being up. Kabhi to time milega. So find that one thing which you can do. Sleep. Now, this is something which has been troubling Ritu, I think, in this group. She's not been able to sleep very well. So, for this, very simple, all of us should tell each other. We've even heard about sleeping. Luke has guided us very clearly, and it works like magic. So, everyone, whatever challenges you're happening, go back to this book and read that chapter again. Current habits क्या है आपकी sleep की? क्या आप अपना मोबाइल नहीं रख पा रहे 2 घंटे पहले before you to sleep? Remember, if your mobile is next to you, you will never be able to sleep in time. So my mobile is parked at least what? It's about 15 meters from my bed. It's parked on a console. I just keep that there and don't look at it, come what may. If I have to use it, I only use it as a Kindle to read my books if they're on the mobile, which I try to make it a hard copy. So please see what's affecting your sleep. Please see why you're not sleeping well. Now, which three habits would you like to create to improve the order to sleep better? So, okay, I would like to keep my mobile 2 hours away. Okay, I would like to meditate a bit, and I would like to observe my nostril and do that conscious breathing or breathing from my nose and exhaling from my mouth. And, I would like to do this and karte hi you will start sleeping better. And say kai bar, you have to wake up early in the morning to sleep better at night. So that's what we can also tell ourselves. Again, intentional gratitude. That I sleep very well. I concentrate on my breathing before sleeping. I'm grateful for the entire day. I reflect on it. I have my magic stone, whatever. Now, what's holding you back? Just addiction of my phone. Okay, I'm not able to do this, or I'm not so disciplined. So in that case, what can I do? Put an alarm. Come what may, that time when the phone rings, my phone has to go on that console. No more will I see it, come what may. Your mind and soul. How are your current habits affecting your stress levels, outlook, and time? Very important to understand that all of us are people who are habitual to living a life the way we do. So, how is it affecting us? Now, if it's not making us happier, what can we do? Can we pick up meditation? Can we do something else? Can we start reading something nice? Can we do something which keeps us busy? Can we do maybe indulge in nature, go out and maybe just give birth to a new plant, pot a new sapling? Now, what three things do you enjoy doing for yourself? This is $1 million answer. आपको क्या पसंद है? तीन चीजें. Write that down. Now, how often do you plan to do those? At least start with हफ्ते में एक दिन, दो दिन, तीन दिन शुरू तो करो. What's holding you back? क्या challenges आ रहे हैं? Suppose you say I'll have to play a piano and you have a piano at home. So now if you don't have a piano at home, obviously it's not something that's sustainable. You can't go out of the class and all the time play. But suppose you say, I'll have to do gardening, but I don't have a garden. Okay, fine, balcony to hai. Balcony mein pots rakh sakte hain. Don't limit yourself like this. So these are the questions which are very simple, but they are life transformational. Why? Because when you take out time to answer, it makes you think that why aren't you doing it? And what can you do to make yourself do it? And that is when you're aware, you're conscious of where you are living and resonating at this point. And for all of this, you have that beautiful book now, Abhipriti. You anyways can reflect on this. सब कुछ है इसमें. Meditation है, आपने करा कि नहीं. Track yourselves. Just because रोज रोज नहीं लिखना पड़े, आपको already check boxes मिले हुए हैं. Check box कर लो ना कि करा कि नहीं, करा कि नहीं, करा कि नहीं. Start. It's okay not to have all check boxes at one go. But even if you have one check box in the entire 1 to 1 days, or more, nothing like it. So give yourself the gift of health, wealth, and time. So thank you, Rahul sir. Today we conclude this beautiful book. Testimonials is something everyone can read whenever they want. So, but the only thing is, you will realize that this book is transformational because such good practices have come. And सिर्फ बताया नहीं गया, science बताई गई है कि why they have been suggested. So when you know the science, you know, okay, fine, this is the logic. And this logic, okay, I will apply to my body. Because many a times we are very logical beings, especially when it comes to our body. So let's get that fact very clear. Now it's time to move over to tapping into wealth. So yesterday we concluded chapter number 12. The video number 12 will come today as part of the assignment. I'm sorry for the thing, but I wish somebody had pointed out that yesterday. But I got a message in the morning that the video didn't come from Meenakshi. So in future, just observe that time because we are all humans. Or I did tell sir, but I think he must have been busy as well. Maybe there's some communication gap. So you all are here. If you're not able to do it, please send the videos. Because I don't practice them every single day myself because I have done this entire course before. Whenever I get time, I practice. So please be a little in the moment and I really request and thank you, Meenakshi, for bringing to my knowledge. Number 13, chapter 13, breaking the cycle of always striving but never arriving. This is something which all of us do. We want to do it and we start to do it, but then we lose our momentum. For example, there are people who've done this course with me in January, April mein khatam kiya tha. Aaj tak they're continuing the everyday practices of whatever we had done. Every single day they're doing it, come what may. And there are people who joined this batch also, but aate nahi hai. Excuses, because we are never arriving because we're never working towards it. We lose it. So why don't I have more money? Do you feel like you work hard but never get to the level of reward you desire in terms of money, credibility, position, or ease? Do you see other people doing the same kind of work as you? Maybe utna nahi bhi karte hain, but yet they are complimented, they're seen, they're validated, they're handsomely rewarded for their efforts. It can be frustrating when you strive and strive and strive to make more money and reach a level of success. But the day of reaping the bigger rewards of your hard work never seems to arrive. I'll address that pattern in this chapter. It's time for you to take the work you put into your struggling new business and create a fabulously successful company. जो भी आपके endeavors हैं, jobs हैं, कुछ जो भी आप कर रहे हो, now after this chapter, you will be making very successful. We'll all reveal into our brilliance, our experience, expertise we possess, and be valued in our industry by our family, by customers, by our bosses, by colleagues. Reap the benefits of the long hours you put through your work so that we can rise to the top of a profession. Create multiple streams of income. Very important to have passive income, many forms of income, not just put all your eggs into one basket. Now, perfection. This word has to be understood very well. मुझे भी कीड़ा था, I used to say I'm a perfectionist. Now I've stopped saying it. Why? Because it's a negative vow. हम अगर बोलते हैं कि oh, I believe in perfectionism, मतलब I'm striving towards perfectionism. And perfectionism is a negative vow which greatly sabotages and limits your ability to accumulate wealth. जब मैं perfection के पीछे भागता हूँ, मैं अपने आप को limit कर देता हूँ. क्यों? क्योंकि बस एक perfect मैंने बना दिया ना कि this is it. ऐसे होना है तो ऐसे ही होना है. Now, this vow applies to you if you're the type of person who likes to achieve and hold yourself and others to a very high standard. खुद भी परेशान हो रहे हो परफेक्शनिज्म कीड़े से, दूसरे को भी परेशान कर रहे हो कि ऐसे नहीं हुआ, ऐसे करना चाहिए था. उससे क्या होगा? जब हमने सीमाओं में बांध दिया, बंधन में बांध दिया किसी को, nobody can fly. We should give wings to everyone to fly, to experiment, to create and enjoy. पर हम क्या कर रहे हैं? बस एक पर्टिकुलर गोल के पीछे भाग रहे हैं और स्ट्रेस ले रहे हैं, बिकॉज परफेक्शनिज्म में स्ट्रेस आएगा. पर हम बोलेंगे आई विल ट्राई एंड डू टू द बेस्ट ऑफ माय एबिलिटी एंड मेक द बेस्ट अनफोल्ड. तो हम क्या करें? अरे माय बेस्ट कैन बी बेटर देन इवन माय परफेक्शनिज्म लेवल है, राइट? क्योंकि मैं फ्री हूं, मेरा मन है, उसमें स्ट्रेस नहीं है, मैं जो कर रही हूँ मैं एंजॉय कर रही हूँ. You will also relate more to it if you're one of those people who loves to learn or master everything you can get your hands on, or if you're truly an expert at what you do. So जो लोग अपने आप को बेटर करते रहते हैं कि अब नेक्स्ट व्हाट, ओके लेट मी मास्टर दिस, वो प्रेशर में कई बार आ जाते हैं. सो कीप लर्निंग बट डोंट लेट द प्रेशर गेट ऑन टू यू एंड नेवर से आई एम एक्सपर्ट इन दिस, नेवर से दैट. व्हाई? इसका मतलब इसके बियॉन्ड कुछ है ही जो मैं सीख सकता हूँ. Always I said be a learner, a seeker, a student. Let's turn the page, sir. Perfectionism actually applies to anyone who holds a very high standard of perfection. The vow is to be perfect. Often with little prodding, people know right away, oh, this is my issue. अब आप सबको कहीं ना कहीं समझ में आ रहा हो कहाँ आपको ये perfectionism का problem है. It's a common lesson in the self-development world that people shouldn't strive to be perfect, that there's nothing as perfection, that it's bad to be a perfectionist. Yet many people will still operate with an inner belief that they try harder to be better, the best, perfect, then everything will be so much better in all areas of their lives. So many take a vow. I have to be perfect and will be critical of myself until I am. Perfectionism में आपके अंदर का क्रिटिक हमेशा जागा हुआ होता है. ये ऐसे नहीं किया, ये ऐसे करना चाहिए था, परफेक्ट करना है तो ऐसे करना चाहिए था. तो दैट criticizing won't take you places. But gratitude, oh, I did this better today. ये मैंने आज कल से बेटर किया. अरे आज उतना नहीं कर पाई, कल करूंगी. I'm loving it. So you have to put your passion, your enjoyment, your appreciation. Now, don't people who are perfectionists, they don't see perfectionism as a problem. They think it's a virtue, है, to my quality. अरे it makes sense to have this vow. अरे मेरे लिए तो काम करता है. अभी काम कर रहा है, लॉन्ग रन में आपको डाउन कर रहा है. ये जो वाव हम बना लेते हैं knowingly unknowingly, it's actually fatal. This vow can be seen two ways through the inner critic. When you look at a mistake from your past, for example, a financial trauma, as we discussed in chapter 6, the vow to be perfect means the mistake you made was unforgivable. You look back at the event with this belief that I should have known better, and you feel at fault, believing that you deserve the punishment or loss that you experienced. So very important to clear that debris of your mind, your heart, that I am being perfect. You know, अगर हमने गलती कर ली, it's okay. As I repeat myself, it's okay to make a mistake because we are human beings and we can, and it's all right. Don't think कि अरे मुझे attack हो रहा है, you know, मेरे साथ मैंने ये नहीं किया, you know, ये हो गया. It's all right. आज नहीं हुआ, कल हो जाएगा, कल नहीं हुआ, परसों हो जाएगा. इतना रफ एंड टफ नहीं बनना है अपने आप पर, क्योंकि मैं कितना भी कर लूं, मैं तारीफ नहीं मिलती, अरे मुझे तो मैं तो ये कर रहा हूँ, ये कर रहा हूँ, कभी कोई बोलता नहीं। आपका काम बता रहा है, एंड इट्स ओके अगर किसी ने सामने वाले ने तारीफ नहीं करी, आप बता दो ना मैंने ये किया आपके लिए। यू विल टेल योर पिक्चर, हाउ डज इट मैटर? वो नहीं ऑब्जर्व कर पा रहा फॉर हिम हिज और हर रीजंस, you tell them, okay, I've done this, okay, I've done this. What is the harm? It's not like you're asking for appreciation. Even if you ask for appreciation, it's absolutely okay. You want to feel good and you're getting your value, it's not a problem. चाहे अपने मुंह या मिट्ठू बनना पड़े, it's all right. Now, perfection का मतलब ये भी होता है that you feel कि अरे अभी perfect नहीं हूँ, और better, और better, और better. हमेशा improvement की scope रहती है. And आपको हर चीज लगता है कि logically ये करूंगा तो better हो जाएगा, ये करूंगा तो it will become amazing. And then you live by that vow. You tell the universe, I am not perfect yet, so I don't deserve the rewards of what I am doing until I get it right. So क्या होता है? यूनिवर्स को यही जा रहा है कि परफेक्ट नहीं है ना, परफेक्ट नहीं। वो बोलते हैं हाँ परफेक्ट होने तक आई एम वेटिंग। रादर हमें क्या करना चाहिए? Ask, believe, receive. Ask the universe to make it exactly how it should be for your highest good and for the highest good of others. And then see the magic unfold. जो रुकावटें रोड ब्लॉकेज आ रही थी वो सब खत्म हो जाएंगी, डिसॉल्व हो जाएंगी, बिकॉज राइट चैनल्स विल ओपन अप। पर अगर आप यूनिवर्स को बोल रहे हो आई डोंट डिजर्व द अटेंशन एंड प्रेज, आई डोंट डिजर्व द कॉम्पेंसेशन, आई डोंट डिजर्व रिस्पेक्ट, द क्रेडिबिलिटी, सो इट इज। What are you asking? That's what you're getting. Since achieving perfection is impossible, vowing to be perfect means you'll always strive but never arrive at a point that satisfies you enough to believe you deserve large financial rewards. In addition, every goal you set, every action you take is questionable, is answerable. So can you turn the page? Today you're not with me. So please understand, every action we take is, every question we ask ourselves, every step we take is towards taking us towards our goal. This goal will have added pressure that everything must be done perfectly. When you don't achieve that, you'll suffer the internal barrage of I could have been better and an endless review of each mistake. And this is a huge problem. Revisiting your past to look at what you could have done better is still okay versus shaming yourself. Oh shit, ये wrong हो गया, ये better कर लेता तो हो जाता। Rather than कर लेता, language should be ये मैं आगे better करने की कोशिश करूंगा। I'll strive to be better and I will arrive. Rather than saying I could have strived and arrived. जो हो गया सो हो गया. Don't cry over spilt milk. You can't put that milk back in your glass or cup ever again. But what you can do is be careful to not spill the milk again. But for this, you have to be a little more intertwined in your working. Now let's understand. Have you ever looked for someone or had a parent who could never be fully pleased because nothing was ever good enough or measured up to his or her impossible standards? It is a demoralizing environment that creates self-doubt and anxiety around taking action. Our inner vow of perfection will create the same fear and constant second guessing that immobilizes many brilliant people from either getting started or finishing what they start. I believe this vow keeps many people stuck and prevents them from taking all kinds of action that would benefit their careers, including creating products, writing books, giving talks, and marketing themselves. Instead, they busy themselves with smaller talks and tasks and actions, and they can execute perfectly and talk about being ready someday to do more. इसके लिए simply start. Don't keep stalling. कुछ अगर आइडिया आया है, कुछ इम्प्लीमेंट करना है तो स्टार्ट तो करो। परफेक्ट करने के चक्कर में आप यू मिस द बस एंड यू जस्ट थिंकिंग प्रोक्रेस्टिनेशन आ जाता है। सो वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इफेक्टिव वेज टू डिटेक्ट दैट you have made this vow is to do this exercise, और ये हम exercise आज करने वाले हैं। Think about the last thing that you accomplished. ये आप you can think about it today in your assignment. We will be giving that to you. थोड़ा सा work थोड़ा ज़्यादा होगा आज because कल का भी overlap हो गया। So think about the last thing that you accomplished. क्या चीज थी जो आपने अपने बलबूते पे accomplish करी? वो कल था कि वो परसों था कि वो 10 साल पहले था? Doesn't matter. Now, as you recall it, does your mind go to some version of I just know I could have done better, or I should have done more, or why didn't I prepare more? या आपको रिडिक्यूल कर रहे हो, क्रिटिसाइज कर रहे हो, नेगेटिव फील कर रहे हो, या आप उनमें you're enjoying here. Yeah, oh, this was amazing. I mean, I gave my best and it happened very well. What kind of thoughts are growing in you? What kind of thoughts are you giving strong power to? You know, कि आपने इसको कितना अच्छा किया, उसमें आपकी क्या thoughts आ रही हैं? That will give you a window into your soul. Having any of those kind of thoughts is a classic telltale sign of a vow to be perfect. And there is no compassion in how you perceive yourself as imperfect. So, yes, if you have that Kamakshi, it means perfectionism में कीड़ा है. मेरे साथ भी था. जब मैंने बुक करी थी पहली बार, मेरे साथ भी बिल्कुल प्रॉब्लम थी. Gradually, I helped to, in fact, I'll be very brutally honest. जब मैंने शुरू भी की थी जर्नी 12th of January को मॉर्निंग बैच का, तभी भी परफेक्शनिज्म कीड़ा था. दिस बुक केम टू मी वेरी स्लोली, यू नो, बहुत ग्रेजुअली अनफोल्ड करी. मैंने एक रियलाइज किया है कि अपने आप जब बुक्स करते हैं ना, वो एक बुक को महीनों महीनों महीने तक खत्म होने में संघा के साथ फास्ट हो जाती है, बिकॉज हम सब कमिटेड रहते हैं, हम असाइनमेंट्स कर रहे हैं, आंसरेबिलिटी रहती है. सो यू नो, आपके साथ दोबारा करने में मजा आ रहा है बिकॉज इट्स जस्ट नाइस, इट्स इंटरेस्टिंग. अकेले नहीं होता कितनी बार, बिकॉज उतनी कमिटमेंट नहीं निकाल पाते, हम अपने मंडेन एक्टिविटीज में बिजी हो जाते हैं. कई लोग एकदम होते हैं कि घंटा भर इसके लिए है तो इसके लिए ही है. सो पारुल, वेरी नाइस टू नो दैट यू हैव ओसीडी बट स्लोली यू आर लेटिंग लो. सो अब आपको पारुल ये बोलना बंद करना है दैट आई हैव ओसीडी. फर्स्ट थिंग तो यहाँ यूनिवर्स आपको सुन रहा है. So I used to have OCD, but now it's fading away. So, or Parul had OCD. So now we talk in the past tense. जो हमें चाहिए वो हम put out करते हैं, right? So very important to understand that our inner critic goes to town looking for what it can find wrong. अभी हमारी thought में appreciation नहीं है, and ये बाकी लोग के लिए आ गया आपकी लाइफ में. You started looking at the brighter thing for everyone. Great. लेकिन अपने लिए तो नहीं है. अपने तो अभी भी यू सो टफ ऑन यू. सो अपने लिए लव, काइंडनेस, कंपैशन दिखाना ज्यादा जरूरी है. एंड अगर वो दिमाग में क्रिटिक बोलता है नो यू कुड हैव डन बेटर, जस्ट से एट दैट टाइम आई गिव माय बेस्ट टू माय बेस्ट ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस. वन थिंग इज डूइंग वेरी वेरी क्लियर इन ऑल आवर लाइव्स इज कि हम ये बात समझ जाए कि 3 साल का बच्चा भी कुछ करेगा तो अपनी नॉलेज में बेस्ट करेगा. सो स्टॉप थिंकिंग कि लोग अपना कंप्लीट, जो उनकी बुद्धि उस समय है, जो उनका मेंटल स्टेटस उस समय है, उसके हिसाब से ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं. सो लेट्स नॉट जज, लेट्स नॉट एनालाइज टू मच. एंड अगर अपने लिए बोल रहे क्या कर डन बेटर, जस्ट से यू डिड योर बेस्ट, या तो नेक्स्ट टाइम विल ट्राई एंड गेट बेटर. बट डोंट से कि ओके, डोंट क्रिटिसाइज द पास्ट. क्रिटिसाइज को पास्ट करने में क्या होता है, अभी क्रिटिसिज्म के सीड्स हम बो रहे हैं बिकॉज हमने पास्ट में अभी देखा है, तो फ्यूचर में वो रिपीट होगा ही होगा. I have to wait until I get better. I don't yet deserve it. Or it may mean, hey, universe, I deserve exactly what I'm getting in this mediocre results, the mediocre pay, the mediocre credibility in my life, in whatever I'm getting, in whichever field I'm working on, because I don't deserve more yet. Critical इतने ज़्यादा होते हैं हम कि हमें मिलता ही नहीं जो हम चाहते हैं. So if you say a negative phrase loudly, it feels less true and important because it's released. What does it mean? It means very clearly, Kamakshi, अगर मैंने आज जोर से बोल दिया प्राची you could have done better, you did not do good enough, तो मैं अपनी थॉट्स को जोर से सुन रही हूँ. मैं बोल रही नहीं, बट मैंने तो अच्छा किया था. मन में 1000 थॉट्स आ रही हैं और वो थॉट्स मेरे माइंड हार्ट सिंक कर रही हैं और यूनिवर्स में जा रही है बिकॉज मैं बिलीव करती हूँ. बट जब मैं अपनी ही नेगेटिव बात को जोर से सुनती हूँ तो आई एम लाइक नहीं, बट ये तो सच नहीं है. That's what it means. Suppose if I'm to say, if I'm to tell you all कि about me, मैं कुछ नेगेटिव अपने लिए बोलती हूँ ना, बोलूँगी नहीं प्राची, दिस इज नॉट ट्रू. और अगर मैं ही उसको जोर से बोलती हूँ अपने लिए, लाइक बट ये सच तो नहीं है. सो आप अपनी बातों को सुनते हो. इसीलिए हम लोग कई बार बोलते हैं कि इन आवर ईओ, यू नो, व्हाट वी डू इज वी शेयर एवरीथिंग दैट्स इन आवर लाइफ एंड द अदर पर्सन हैज टू पैराफ्रेज अगेन एंड अगेन. तुमने ये बोला, तुमने ये बोला, तुमने ये बोला. मैं तो ऐसे फील नहीं करती. सो कोई गाइड नहीं करता, कोई मेंटर नहीं करता, आपके ही वर्ड्स आपको दोबारा सुनाते हैं. सो इसलिए ये बोला जा रहा है मार्गरेट ने कि अपने नेगेटिव चीजें अपने आप से बोलो. प्राची, you're a perfectionist. And okay, if I am, I think I need to change. So what do I do for this? Talk to yourself. You will understand that very, 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 very easily. Arriving at that imagined moment when perfection is finally achieved is always elusive. So you will never actually claim that you're not good enough to get to the money you want. Now let's understand this from example. I had a client named Julie who had a major issue with his vow. She tried a lot of self-development work but couldn't figure out what was holding her back. And she couldn't make the kind of money that her business wanted and she should have. Julie is a publicist in her own PR firm. She was full of passion for helping her clients get the media coverage they needed and advise them on how to put themselves onto the public and get positive attention to help advance their careers. Yet she wasn't able to do it for herself. When she came to me, she was very frustrated about her inability to build her business way beyond making ends meet. After asking her the questions above, I pointed out that she'd taken a vow to be perfect and perfectly critical of herself. लोग कई बार बोलते हैं ना कि मुझे अपनी खामियां खुद दिख जाए, लोग नहीं पॉइंट आउट करें, सो मैं बेटर हो जाऊंगा, लोग नहीं बोले मैं बोलूं. अब अगर मैं अपनी खामियां निकालता रहूंगा तो मैं आगे बढ़ूंगा कैसे लाइफ में? तो वहीं रुक गया, मैं कहा स्टक थे, ये खामियां निकालो, खामियां निकालो. Julie was stunned because she thought of herself as self-evolved, but her vow was deeply buried inside her. Outwardly, she seemed to have great self-esteem and confidence, but her inner critic kept her stuck. Now, this aha moment shook her up at first. She laughed, she acknowledged that being perfect, being critical of herself is actually who she is. She recognized that for most of her life, she'd been shackled by her vow to be perfect, beating herself to do everything with perfection, not looking at imperfection in a good way, always in a bad, critical way. Looking back, she remembered how her parents pushed her to do everything perfectly. An A in her class was never good enough. They pushed her to get perfect grades, watch her weight, have perfect manners, and basically be the perfect daughter. She was admonished by any time she felt even a bit short of their high expectations. जिन लोग के पेरेंट्स परफेक्ट होते हैं वो जाने अनजाने अपने बच्चों पे अपना भार डाल देते हैं, भैया तुम भी परफेक्ट बनो, या खुद नहीं बन पाए चाहते हैं जो हम नहीं बन पाए हमारे बच्चे बन जाए. बच्चे बर्डन हो जाते हैं. तो पहली बात तो अगर आपके छोटे बच्चे हैं, बड़े बच्चे भी हैं, ये बाहर निकालो उनके कंधे से कि तुमको परफेक्ट बनना है, मेरा बिजनेस तुमको संभालना है, ये करना ही पड़ेगा. टेल देम बेटा बिजनेस संभालना है अपनी तरह से करो, टाइम्स आर चेंजिंग, लेट देम हैव द न्यू वेज ऑफ डूइंग बिजनेस. वर्स्ट टू वर्स्ट क्या होगा, महीने भर में अपन को एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, थोड़ा प्रॉफिट कम आएगा, थोड़ा लॉस आ जाएगा, हाउ डज इट मैटर, यू कैन अफोर्ड इट. अलाउ योरसेल्व्स टू फील दैट रिलीज कि मैंने बच्चे को अलाउ किया ग्रो करने को, वो भी एक तरीका है अपनी परफेक्शनिज्म से बाहर निकलने का. Julie's harsh self-judgment kept her from making a big effort to market herself as a great publicist, since deep inside she didn't believe she was. Even with all the positive testimonials she got, whenever she considered approaching a bigger potential client, a vow held her back, making her feel she wasn't good enough to do the job she'd expect. She kept waiting to learn more, make more contacts, and get better at writing press releases and talking on the phone. She never felt like she knew enough. While seeking perfection had plagued her since childhood, Julie didn't notice this pattern until we spoke and until she saw all the ways she worked hard with just mediocre financial rewards. She finally recognized how she could never tap into her passion for the work she loved. It was almost as if when she got close to getting the next level of her career, her inner critic stepped in to block it. Very often ये होने वाला है जब आप अपने आप को एनालाइज नहीं करोगे, ये जो कीड़ा होता है ना परफेक्शनिज्म का, आपको बार बार पुल बैक करता है. आप कभी भी वहां नहीं पहुंच पाते because you have a कीड़ा, you have an OCD, you have a problem, you have an issue. But the good thing is that these issues and these problems can all be finished very easily by understanding that, okay, I have this problem. Why do I have this problem? And then accepting, okay, I have this problem and now I will let it go. I no longer need the reason to hold on to this habit and this virtue of mine. It has to go off. Now, Julie's fear of not being perfect made her shut it fast. Just as a positive door opened, Julie's fear of not being perfect made her shut it fast. She didn't return calls from media people because she was scared of saying the wrong thing. She referred to potential clients with higher profiles, and she was used to representing other publicists. She was afraid she couldn't handle them well. Julie even passed on an opportunity to partner who was more successful because her inner critic made her feel she's not good enough. She worried that the woman might be disappointed in her ability. हर समय लोग क्या कहेंगे, लोग क्या कहेंगे, अरे मैं उससे बेटर नहीं हूँ, अरे वो मुझसे बेटर है. अपने आप को मौका तो दो. वर्क हार्ड, एक्सपेरिमेंट तो करो. और जब जूली आई मार्गरेट के पास, she was being referred to the CEO of a large company who was interested in doing her publicity for a new launch. Now, Julie was tired of opportunities that she was losing. She also was trying to help getting out of her own way. Unaware of the vow that she'd taken, what is she doing? She's feeling that, okay, she has to be perfect. And now she knew something was holding her back. The minute she cleared her block, there's a huge shift in her business and her life in general. Julie's big aha moment was accepting how her constantly critical mind kept her stuck in a mental prison because of her perceived inadequacies. Adequacies. So please remember one thing. अगर perfection में कीड़ा है हमारे पास, उसको हमें let go करना है. पहले understand करना है, let go करना है. Because in the quest for finding ourselves becoming better is good. But मुझे perfection में पहुंचना है is not good. हम अपना जो काम कर रहे हैं उसका better version रोज कर रहे हैं. It's great. You know, I'm giving my best. That's okay. So start saying that I deserve all the goodness in the world with whatever efforts I'm doing, and gradually increase your efforts. That's okay. So let's understand that we all can tap into our perfection. We can give ourselves clarity on why we are striving for what we are striving, because only until we have that thing sorted will we be able to reach our goals. Now, I'm on paragraph 3, last paragraph, second line. That awareness allowed her to consciously change her thoughts about not being ready to advance a business. She knew she was ready. Now, further tapping gave her the boost she needed to take more action. जब ओल्ड थॉट्स आई, उन्होंने टैप किया एंड वो फॉरवर्ड मूव कर पाए. उनका इनकम डबल हो गया, बिजनेस एक्सपैंड हो गया, कॉन्फिडेंस ज्यादा आ गया, क्लाइंट्स आने लग गए, बड़े बड़े क्लाइंट्स आने लग गए. ज्यादा से ज्यादा और क्या हुआ? शी कंटिन्यूड क्रिएटिंग न्यू गोल्स फॉर हरसेल्फ. पहले उन्होंने कभी मनी गोल्स बनाए ही नहीं थे, बिकॉज लगता था होपलेस है यार, पॉसिबल ही नहीं है, मेरे तो बस की नहीं है, ये तो मेरा, आई कांट इवन डू इट. अब जूली की लाइफ में शिफ्ट आया. Julie illustrates the connection between the vow to be perfect and the inner critic that comes with it. So please understand, हमने अगर एक vow ली है कि हम perfect बनेंगे, तो साथ में हमने unknowingly एक vow ले ली कि मैं criticize करूंगा अपने आप को, because मैं तो vow ले ली है, मैं तो perfect हूँ. She took the vow to be perfectly critical of herself until she reached that perfection, which of course is unattainable. Perfectionism के कोई parameters नहीं होते. So do you see some of yourself and your own characteristics and this vow in you? If you do, please understand. Tomorrow morning when we wake up to this beautiful chapter, and that will be at about 5:05, we will immediately start tapping on identifying our self and where are we heading right now. We will tap to clear away our vows. We will tap to unblock ourselves. We will tap to find is there any inner resistance. Tomorrow we will read this first 2 paragraphs and we will do tapping, because we need to understand where are we from. For today, all I'm giving you an assignment is to analyze कि क्या आपके अंदर भी perfection में कीड़ा है, क्या आप अपने पुरानी एक चीज के बारे में सोच रहे हो about something that you've attained critically या appreciatively. And chapter number 12 की tapping करनी है. So बहुत काम नहीं दिया आज के लिए, because आपका कल का भी है. So just think about it. बहुत जरूरी है सोच के आना, because कल हम उसको identify करने वाले हैं, right? So thank you, Rahul sir, and thank you everyone. It's time for sun salutations. And Kamakshi, I'm very happy that आप chapter पढ़ रहे हो and you've asked me a question. So thank you for asking the question, because it's nice to either come prepared in the class by reading before, but I prefer reflections later. So thank you for that integrity. God bless you. So let's go for our sun salutations. Let's take the blessings of our sun.
The Surya Namaskar with mantras. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaye Namaha. Om भानवे नमः, ओम खगाय नमः, ओम पुष्णे नमः, ओम हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः, ओम मरीचाय नमः, ओम आदित्याय नमः, ओम सावित्रे नमः, ओम अर्काय नमः, ओम भास्कराय नमः. Salutations to the universal friend. Salutations to the resplendent sun. Salutations to the energy that induces activity within us. Salutations to the one who illumines. Salutations to the sun moving across the sky. Salutations to the giver of strength. Salutations to the golden cosmic self. Salutations to the Lord of the dawn. Salutations to the son of Aditi, the cosmic mother. Salutations to the benevolent mother. Salutations to the energy that we praise, and to the one who guides us to salvation. The sun salutation now with the names of the postures, both in Sanskrit and English. Pranamasan, Hastuthanasan, Padhastasan, left leg back, Ashvasanchalanasan, Parvatasan, and hold this position. And now slowly progressing into the deeper version of Parvatasan, Adho Mukh Shvanasan. Ashtang Namaskar, Bhujangasan, Parvatasan, left forward Ashvasanchalanasan, Padahastasan, Hastuthanasan, Pranamasan. On the right side, prayer position, raised arms pose, hand to feet pose, right leg back, equestrian pose, mountain pose, hold mountain pose, and slowly moving into the deeper version of mountain, the downward facing dog. Salute with 8 limbs, cobra, press back to mountain, right forward equestrian pose, hand to feet pose, raised arms position, prayer pose. One round of the sun salutation with awareness on the breathing. So exhaling our hands to the chest, pranam. Inhaling as we bend back. We exhale as we fold forward. Left leg back, inhale as we're arching back. Exhale into the forward. Hold the breath for knees, chest, chin. Inhale as we arch back. Exhale into the forward. Left leg forward, inhale. This is a back bend. Exhale whenever we bend forward. Inhale as we bend back. Exhale, hands to the chest. And on the right, deep breathing. Exhale. A deep inhale. A long exhale. Right leg back with an inhale. And exhale. Hold the breath. Inhale and exhale. Right leg forward with a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale.
Wonderful. So after taking our blessings, let's move on to our creative thinking. Today, we're going to read about a very beautiful theory, a very beautiful concept about being in integrity with ourselves, about picking ourselves up from wherever we are stopping, about learning something new in life, but realizing that there's so much our life can offer and there's so much we can do ourselves with ourselves. So very important to understand this particular philosophy. Now, this beautiful author, Rod Judkins says, I meet a great many talented artists, writers, musicians in my work as a lecturer, both at St. Martin's and in the art world. Many go on to be successful, but many others don't. Now, what differentiates the successful from the unsuccessful is the way they deal with the inevitable disappointments and difficulties that arise. Difficulties आ रही हैं, disappointment आ रहा है, पर आप उसको critical होके देख रहे हो या आप grateful होके देख रहे हो कि ये आया but ये तो अच्छा हुआ. Psychologists call it 90-10 principle. 10% of our life, what happens to you, and 90% is what is decided by how you react to what happens to you. Isko please, if you have a book, highlight it. आपका 10% reaction जो आप respond जो आप कर रहे हो about what's happened is determining your future. So be very careful. Now we have no control over the 10% of what happens to us. लेकिन जब high winds आती हैं, they rip us off and our train is delayed or meteorite lands on a car, the 90% will make a difference. You are determining it with your reaction or your response. So are you reacting or are you responding? दोनों में फर्क क्या है? Reaction आता है immediate, गुस्से से, it's never positive. Response आता है सोच समझ के विचार करके, okay, let me do this. एक analysis आता है. James Dyson is a remarkable example of this positive trait. After he came up with the idea for the world's first cyclone vacuum cleaner, he worked for the next 5 years, designing, making, and testing more than 5,000 prototypes. That means 4,999 failures that he had to pick himself up from. Quite a feat. He also had to finance it all by himself. Such an important thing. Now, when Dyson produced a satisfactory model, he tried to sell it to manufacturers traditional bag-type vacuum cleansers, but they all rejected his bagless device. Eventually, he sold his idea to a company in Japan, where it became a commercial success and won a design prize. Dyson opened a plant, and within 2 years, his dual cyclone model became the top-selling vacuum cleaner in Britain and spread across the world. Dyson's elegant and practical appliances have gone in to win many design awards and exhibited in art and design museums across the world. Ab Dyson itna popular ho gaya that India is coming up with a hair dryer. Everyone's buying it, like left, right, and center. $40,000, and people are investing. It's got beautiful, heaters, and it's got so much of air conditioning, and people are loving it. So sometimes somebody has to really work in hard to believe in what they really believe and to create that as success. लोगों ने accept नहीं किया, but he went out and did it. Finally हो गया ना. Now key difference क्या आया? Successful creative people is their reaction to negative events. Now you can't control a meteorite, like Murphy's law. कुछ wrong होगा तो होगा ना. You can't do anything about it. लेकिन आपका reaction क्या है वो तो आप कर सकते हो ना. When things go wrong, obviously it triggers frustration, anger, disappointment. Obviously आप बोलते हैं अरे मेरे मन लायक नहीं हुआ, मेरा इच्छा नहीं हुआ, ये कुछ चलता नहीं है. एक बार नेगेटिविटी आती है and that's normal, that's human. But उस नेगेटिविटी को हम एक्सपैंड करके उसके वर्ल्ड में जाके वैल्यू कर रहे हैं या उसे निकल के आ रहे हैं. Some people fall into a downward spiral of negativity and abandon the project कि बस अब मैं नहीं करूंगा, हो गया, and बीच दहाड़ में छोड़ देते हैं. Now, the creative thinker is able to put aside the annoyance and adopt a positive attitude and therefore achieve a positive result. अब वो बोलता है कोई बात नहीं, इसमें ये तो अच्छा था ना, चलो अब इससे आगे बढ़ते हैं. Let's keep doing it. This too shall pass. So हमारा attitude क्या है, उससे decide हो रहा है कि 90% life हमारी क्या होने वाली है. Example और बता रहे हैं. I was waiting for a train with my son Louis once when the station loudspeakers announced that it has been delayed by an hour. Now जब train delay हो रही है, flight delay हो रही है, अरे यार की क्या हो गया. लेकिन if you are saying कि इसमें भी कुछ भलाई होगी, भाई चलो 1 घंटा मिल गया, बुक पढ़ लेते हैं, 1 घंटा मिल गया, चलो गेम खेल लेते हैं, किसी से बात कर लेते हैं, अब जो होगा देखा जाएगा. Now the other passengers are starting to moan and angrily shout at the railway staff. For them, the next hour was dead time. For Louis, it was an opportunity. He took out a sketch pad, started sketching the angry passengers. He was disappointed when the train arrived. His reaction was a reminder to me there is no dead time. We should always be doing something like writing, drawing, or thinking. इसीलिए one request to everyone today onwards, books are a man's best friend. एक ना एक किताब अपने बैग में रखा करिए when you're traveling or when you're going to a bank or when you're going somewhere जहां आपको पता है कि शायद वेटिंग टाइम हो सकता है. तो वहां जब वो बोलेगा कि वेट करना घंटा भर लगेगा, यू नो ना ये किताब मेरे पास है, मैं पढ़ लूंगा, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. या मोबाइल पे अपने, अगर आपको मोबाइल पे लगता है कि स्ट्रेन नहीं हो तो मोबाइल पे पढ़ लो. डोंट वेस्ट टाइम ऑन सोशल मीडिया. Don't make your time dead time. Make every waiting time a time to learn something, to evaluate, to become a creative thinker. And Mary Joan, the best books will be self-help books or inspirational stories of autobiographies of inspirational people. It's okay to read romances, it's okay to read fiction, but if you want to really evolve, it's actually self-transformation journey. Always think big, dream big, and achieve big, and that will only happen with self-help books or with creative people who've made such a good success out of their life. So what we learn from creative thinkers is that they control their negative feelings and channel them into something useful. Negative feeling आएगी, आनी बंद नहीं होगी, लेकिन उनको चैनल किस में कर रहे हैं हम, कहाँ हम उसको यूज कर रहे हैं. Everyone is irritable and disappointed when things go wrong. एक भी इंसान नहीं होगा जो बोलेगा अरे मैं ये चाहता था ये नहीं हुआ, अरे वाह 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 अमेजिंग. एक भी इंसान नहीं होगा. सो ठीक है ना, जब हमको अभी हम अपसेट हैं, इट्स ओके. अपसेट है तो लेट्स अपसेट का फीलिंग कम, बट उसके अंदर रहना या उससे बाहर निकलना हमारे हाथ में है. लेकिन क्रिएटिव लोग क्या करते हैं, ठीक है नहीं हुआ मेरे मन लाइक, बट लेट्स ट्राई अगेन. छोड़ते नहीं है उम्मीद. Try until you succeed. The desire to produce something excellent overrides momentary failure. Attitude is more important than ability. Ability हम सब में होती है, सब में ability होती है, लेकिन हमारा attitude life की तरफ क्या है? That is a $1 million question. Apple 1997, think different commercial. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. It's 100% truth. Now let's challenge ourselves. Let's challenge the challenging. Next chapter, please. Yes. When the great inventor Thomas Edison hired bright young engineer Nikola Tesla to work in his New York office in 1884, he took more than he had bargained for. Tesla was recommended because he was considered to be a genius comparable to Edison. Tesla designed several products for Edison, but didn't receive his promised bonus of $1 million in today's money. So he stormed out. Edison's use of direct current to carry electricity to consumers was a monopoly. Tesla invented a new method using alternative current. Unlike DC, it could transmit huge amounts of power over long distances. Edison condemned Tesla's AC as dangerous because of its high voltage and demonstrated this by publicly electrocuting an elephant in New York in 1890 August. The botched and horrific killing needed 2 attempts. It didn't stop an investor from backing Tesla's AC technology, and eventually Tesla won through. The bitter rivalry bore fruit. Having a rival can be useful as it drives us to the limits of our ability. ये बात भी अंडरलाइन कर लीजिए. जो लोग डाउन दिखाते हैं आपको, वो आपको कहीं ना कहीं आपके पर्सनल इमोशनल ट्रेनर्स हैं. वो आपको कहीं ना कहीं चैलेंज कर रहे हैं. सो थिंक अबाउट योरसेल्फ, हाउ यू कैन कम बेटर. Thomas Edison went head to head with Nikola Tesla, Bill Gates, and Steve Jobs. And for constable, there was Turner. They all benefited from the rivalry, pushing each other to greater heights. In hard times, they were struggling for motivation. They were spurred on by the achievements of the other. आपके सामने वाला competitor क्या कर रहा है, कहाँ heights से पहुंच रहा है, आप देख के इंस्पायर हो रहे हो. इंस्पायर होते होते आप अपना काम कर रहे हो. Competition can help everyone reach greater heights. अगर दुनिया में competition नहीं होगा, आप static हो जाओगे. आप better क्यों बनना चाहते हो? Because there's competition, healthy competition. Now it creates intensity and passion, makes you work harder and better. If there is someone in your factory, your offices, or your workplace who constantly tries to outdo you, rise to the challenge. अगर कोई आपको चैलेंज कर रहा है तो rise to the challenge, challenge the challenging. कि मैं कर सकता हूँ, मैं अपने लिए स्मार्टली ले रहा हूँ. एंड दैट इज गुड स्ट्रेस. पता है, जहाँ कुछ बेटर करने की इच्छा है वहां दैट इज गुड, दैट्स गुड फन, बिकॉज वहां आप पैशन में करो. मैं ये करता हूँ, आई डू दिस, आई डू दिस, बिकॉज यू आर द क्रिएटर, यू आर द थिंकर, नॉट समबडी एल्स. एक आपको बॉस बोलता है कि उससे बेटर करके दिखाओ वर्सेस मुझे उससे बेटर करना है. जब आपके खुद से मन से आएगा, यू विल बी अ बेटर परफॉर्मर. During the 1920s, brothers Adolf and Rudolf created the Dassler Brothers Sport Shoes Company, a business based in their mother's laundry room in Herzog, Germany. By 1948, they had split into two separate firms with competing factories on opposite sides of town. Their mutual determination to produce the better trainer led them to the world leaders in their field. Adolf's company was Adidas, Rudolf's was Puma. Now, Herjerons became known as a town of bent necks because residents were constantly checking to see which of the two brands their neighbors were wearing. Like the Dazzlers, it helps you if your rival is roughly at the same level, not a great deal lower or higher, because you have a realistic chance of outdoing them. In 2012, Apple was declared the biggest company in the world. Steve Jobs hadn't set out to overtake the biggest companies of the time, Coke or Nike, though. His rivalry was with Bill Gates. So having good rivals is actually very, 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 very important. Now, they were the same age, started their business at the same time, with similar humble circumstances, and were at an equal level. The fruits of the rivalry were Microsoft's Windows, which became the world's default operating system, and Apple's iPhone, iPad, and iPod. And every fantasy we had about creating products and learning new things, we achieved all of it. So imagine how good rivalry is. And most of its rivals, said Bill Gates, we achieved all of it. In 1997, Apple was facing financial doom. Their unlikely savior, Microsoft, who stepped in to save them by investing 150 million in Apple shares. Now, why did Gates bail out Apple? Perhaps Gates sensed that he needed Jobs' rivalry. They had a mutual respect and became friendly in the years before Jobs died. Having fought each other for so long, they knew better than anyone what the other had accomplished. Although rivalry can energize and motivate creative people, it's important that it doesn't divert you from your own strength and your own path. ये नहीं करना कि राइवलरी है, कंपटीशन है, तो मैं नहीं सर्वाइव कर सकता, मैं नहीं सकता, तो छोड़ देता हूँ. नो, एनर्जाइज करने के लिए यूज करो, अपने आप को मोटिवेट करने के लिए यूज करो. डोंट बिकम अ लूजर, बिकम अ विनर. Jobs remained faithful to his design strengths, and Gates was true to his technical strength. The rivalry between the English painters, Constable and Turner, pushed them both to achieve the best they could in the same field. लेकिन contrasting approach थी. दोनों पेंटर्स में डिफरेंट कैरेक्टर्स थे. कांस्टेबल रिफाइंड कन्वेंशनल था, टर्नर इमोरल एंड वल्गर था. कांस्टेबल डिफिडेंट सेंसिटिव था, टर्नर असर्टिव फ्रेंडली था. टर्नर was short and instinctive, and Constable tall and reflective. Now, which is the greater artist is debatable, but both received the summit of their achievement by trying to outdo each other. कई बार it's important to have अपनी टक्कर का competition होना बहुत important है. तब growth आती है. Like, you know, people say walk with the giants. Think big, keep big company, तो आप inspired होगी ना उनसे, और आप उनकी कंपनी बैठे, अरे लाइफ ठीक है यार, हो गया, अब और नहीं, तो वैसी लाइफ बन जाएगी. इसलिए कई लोग बोलते हैं हैव यंग कंपनी. अपने से 10-15 साल के कम लोगों के साथ मूव अराउंड करो, इंस्पिरेशन मिलेगी. So see what works for you. See who is the person that you want to look for creativity, for growing yourself. A famous example of the rivalry was when they displayed painting side by side at the Royal Academy in 1832. Now, John Constable exhibited a colorful painting that had taken him 15 years to paint, next to a gray seascape by Turner that had taken him a few hours. The day before the exhibition opened, Varnishing Day, artists were allowed to add finishing touches to their work. Turner noticed that his serene seascape looked lackluster in comparison to Constable's. He took out his paints and added a small red daub in the water, a boy, and then left without saying a word. Turner's quick, deft stroke made the painting complete. Constable's painting then looked overworked in comparison. It was Turner's way of saying less is more. Constable was in another gallery when the retouching happened, and when he returned to see it, he gasped. Turner has been here and fired a gun. From then on, Constable got his retaliation in first. He often put a small figure in a red jacket in the foreground of his landscapes. So आप लोगों ने शायद पेंटिंग्स देखी हों, they all grays and एकदम से एक रेड सिगरेट छोटी सी आती है. Psychology क्या बोल रही है? Psychology tells us that rivalry has a potential to both help and hinder creative success. It depends on how we handle the competition. The benefits of competitiveness are demonstrated by psychologists in a study led by Tim Reams at the University of Exeter. वहाँ क्या करते हैं? रिक्रूट करते हैं स्टूडेंट्स को जो डार्ट चैलेंज लाते हैं, just that dart that you have to blindfold कर देते हैं. एंड रिसर्चर ने प्रॉपर उसको किया, जब वो ड्रेस करते हैं सपोर्टर्स ऑफ राइवल यूनिवर्सिटी, वो डिमोरलाइज करते हैं स्टूडेंट्स को, अरे तुम बहुत बेकार खेला, तुम तो ये नहीं कर पा रहे, वो नहीं कर पा रहे. जब ब्लाइंडफोल्ड खुलता है, स्टूडेंट्स रियलाइज कि उनकी परफॉर्मेंस तो बहुत अमेजिंग थी, बिकॉज उनको बार बार बोला गया था कि तुम रॉन्ग हो, तुम राइवल इज बेटर, सो दे मोटिवेट कि हम बेटर करेंगे. सो सी व्हाट्स वर्किंग फॉर यू. जिस भी फील्ड में आप जा रहे हैं, प्लीज एम्ब्रेस कंपटीशन. कंपटीशन इज वेरी हेल्दी. कंपटीशन नहीं होगा तो मजा नहीं आएगा. कंपटीशन होगा तो इट विल मेक यू स्ट्राइव टू बी बेटर. गो द एक्स्ट्रा माइल. chances are you too have at least one close rival. अब अगर आप सबके राइवल्स हैं बिजनेसेस में, प्लीज मॉनिटर करें क्योंकि क्या अचीवमेंट्स आ रहे हैं. एंड विद एडमिरेशन and a touch of envy. मुझे भी मिल जाता तो, बट यार वाह यार उसने ये वर्ड पा लिया. जब आपने बोला मुझे भी मिल जाता तो थोड़ा एनवियस दिखा, लेकिन यूनिवर्स में आपने बोला मुझे भी चाहिए. अरे वाह, उसने आपने अप्रिशिएट किया तो आपने अपने फ्यूचर के लिए अप्रिशिएट किया. गेट दैट वेरी 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 क्लियरली. लेकिन अगर आप जलेंगे भुनेंगे कि अरे उसने तो ये भी कर लिया, मैं तो ये भी नहीं होता, तो आप डाउन स्पाइरल में जाएंगे. अरे उसने ये कर लिया, वाह मुझे भी मिल जाता तो आप अप स्पाइरल में जा रहे हो. आपकी वाइब्रेशन खुल रही है. अब डाउनवर्ड जाना है, छोटा करना है, कि अपवर्ड जाना है, वो आपके हाथ में है. अर्नेस्ट हेमिंगवे बोलते हैं, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू गेट इनटू द रिंग विद टोल्स्टॉय. सो जस्ट इसका सिंपल मीनिंग है, ऑल ऑफ अस आर गोइंग टू अचीव बाय एडमिरेशन, बाय अ जेस्ट, बाय अ गुड रिस्पॉन्स. लाइफ में बहुत कुछ आएगा ऊपर नीचे. क्या करना है, क्या समझना है, depends completely upon how we want life to unfold for all of us. This is what today's chapter is all about. Tomorrow we will read another chapter, or maybe we can read. We have 5-7 minutes. Rahul sir, come back to the book, please, if possible. Because we have a lot of time, so we'd rather read one chapter and then we can meditate. Okay. Find out how to find out. ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चैप्टर है, इसलिए प्रॉब्लम मैं आज करना चाह रही थी कि हमें पता ही नहीं है कि हम कैसे खोजें, क्या पता करना है, आप समझते हैं. So Rod says, I vividly remember walking along Fifth Avenue in New York on my first trip there, passing block after block of rectangular ornamented apartment houses, oppressive in their uniformity, monotonous in their regularity. Then the gleaming white Solomon R. Guggenheim Museum burst into view, a breathtaking symphony of ovals, arches, and circles. A museum doesn't look like any building you've ever seen before. That's because the architect Frank Lloyd Wright was self-taught. Please be self-taught. It's nice to have creativity. जब आप next page में museum देखेंगे, you will realize what we're talking about. अब तो आपने बहुत buildings देख ली, but उस समय it was very new. Frank Lloyd को work करना पड़ा था अपने लिए कि कैसे building design करनी है. उन्होंने अपना तरीका खोजा. Ignorance of the right way to do something that can be an asset. If you do things the way they've been taught, your methods will be same as everyone else's. You'll produce something obvious, predictable. कुछ हटके करना है तो हटके सोचना पड़ेगा. हटके सोचना है तो अपने आप को रीवायर करना पड़ेगा प्राइम प्रोग्रामिंग से. रेगुलर बिल्डिंग तो रेगुलर बनती है, डिजाइन को सिखाया गया, आप रेगुलर तरीके से करोगे. बट इफ यू मेक अप योर ओन मेथड, लाइकली आपको एक नया मेथड होगा जो नए रिजल्ट्स लाएगा, एंड आपका लैक ऑफ नॉलेज परिवर्तित हो जाएगा इनटू फ्रेश न्यू पर्सपेक्टिव्स. So your lack of knowledge will provide you new paradigms, new ways of looking at things. Let's move on to the next page. Now, the Guggenheim is an impressive inside as out. It's a spiral ramp rising up to the building of a domed skylight. It is a unique concept that delights visitors and provides an important original way of displaying contemporary art. अब जो सर्कल बना है इस फॉर्म में बना है कि एको करता है पूरी बिल्डिंग में रोटंडा है दराजों की फ्लोर्स पे अब वहां क्या होता है by discarding the static box shapes of conventional museums replace them with flexibility of this building. Now Wright produced a as refreshing now as it was in 1959 when it opened. Every major museum is indebted to the Guggenheim. It has made it acceptable for architecture to become impressive, intensely personal museum. अगर रेगुलर बनाया होता तो क्या हम बात कर रहे होते इसके बारे में कन्वेंशनल भी नहीं है हटके भी है फिर भी एकदम प्रैक्टिकल है एको है वॉइस का कुछ नया चीज सीखा है Now, Frank Lloyd Wright attended Madison High School but didn't graduate. He was admitted to a university but left without taking a degree. He was hired as a draughtsman for an architectural firm and taught himself about architecture. He designed many houses with a radical approach of using mass-produced materials developed for commercial buildings. Wright rejected the elaborate compartmentalization of time and created bold, plain walls, roomy family living places, and large glazed areas. His technical deficiencies meant he often overlooked mundane practicalities, and so his roof leaked. He ignored budgets, and his buildings were beset by a host of technical problems. But his clients appreciated what they were seeing was different from a classic design. They were getting something just very personalized, something very hutke, something like now Wright consistently broke the rules. Not to be rebellious, he simply hadn't been taught. He produced work that felt right to him. Sometimes knowing the right way can be a disadvantage. So very important that you follow your gut instinct, कुछ नया create करें, हिम्मत करें create करने की. That's why legendary people are all about. They believe in the gut system. They believe in, okay, if I believe in this, let me do it. John Harrison was not held back by the right way. In 1730, he invented a marine chronometer, a clock with a unique mechanism that enabled it to remain accurate even on a ship in a storm. This solved the problem of determining longitude at sea accurately, but it cost the lives of countless sailors for centuries. कैसे हुआ? Just because he felt this is the right way. उन्होंने कुछ ऐसा create कर लिया जो कब तक हो ही नहीं रहा था. Belief था ना अपने अंदर. So challenge करो अपने आप को. Understand where are you operating from. Harrison was completely self-taught. He had no clockmaking. His biography notes was, Harrison has served an apprenticeship in the usual way, learning from a master. He might not have imagined such a clock either. He would have learned whether the master had to teach. He would have done what he was taught and done it well. He made a very good living at it, without risk, without the danger of failure. So अगर आपको कुछ सीखना है, so कुछ करना पड़ेगा. Find out how to find out. So कुछ करके find out करेंगे ना. Training alternative की क्या होती है? No training, right? But instead of equipping students with the thought processes that enable us or enable the students to think for themselves, a culture needs more untrained minds. Seemingly a strange position to be in if, like me, you teach at a university, you encourage students not to listen to you but to themselves, to have the confidence to think unconventionally. कितने टीचर्स ये वाली बात बोलते हैं कि मेरी बात मत सुनो, अपनी मन की बात सुनो, अपने आप कॉन्फिडेंस लाओ, don't follow me like a parrot, create something new. Such students become masters later because वो अपने मन की सोचते हैं. Schools, universities क्या सिखाते हैं? Try tested techniques. ये है तो ये है तो ये करना है. Creativity है ही नहीं. आप CBSE बोर्ड को, I'm not criticizing CBSE board at all. अगर IB बोर्ड को देखो वहाँ analytical है, referential है, आपको अपना करिकुलम बनाना है, क्या पढ़ना है, आप चूज कर रहे हो. सिंपल आपको सोशल स्टडीज दिया गया, साइंस दिया गया, इंग्लिश, मैथ, हिंदी दिया गया. It's not like that. You can choose what you want to study. Now schools follow the model of learning and see knowledge as a currency to be stacked up and locked away. You don't want to become one of the trillions. Now you want to become one out of the trillions who's standing out. So please become different. Try something new. Now students enter schools as question as full stops. पहले सवाल है उसके बाद बस खत्म. This is how it is. Everyone is born with more abilities than they realize. हम सब में इतना potential है that we don't even realize कि हमें कितना है. पता ही नहीं है. हम सारे जीनियस बॉर्न हुए हैं और हम डीजीनियस कर देते हैं अपने आप को एजुकेशन से, कन्वेंशन से. ये फॉलो करना तो ये करना है. कितने कम यहाँ पर कई फादर्स हैं जिनके बच्चे बिजनेसेस में हैं. यू आस्क योरसेल्फ, क्या आपने परमिशन दी है अपने सन को या डॉटर को बिजनेस नए तरीके से करने की, या बोला है कन्वेंशनल सिस्टम में ट्राइड एंड टेस्टेड इसी को फॉलो करते रहो. वो कैसे आपका बच्चा इंटरेस्टेड होगा आपके काम को आगे ले जाने में, अगर वहां कुछ ग्रोथ ही नहीं है, इन्वेंशन ही नहीं है, मोटिवेशन ही नहीं है. ये लास्ट पैराग्राफ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंटली पढ़ने की जरूरत है. वी डोंट लर्न टू वॉक बाय रीडिंग अ बुक ऑन हाउ टू वॉक. वी लर्न बाय वॉकिंग, फॉलिंग, गेटिंग अप एंड ट्राइंग अगेन. There is no right way of doing anything. So you must find your way. जो भी काम करते हैं, whatever you work, try to work out for yourself on how to do things. अपने लिए कुछ काम करो. मुझे किस में मजा आ रहा है, किस में जिंग आ रहा है, not for others. मैरिलिन मोनरो को सब जानते होंगे. She said, if I had observed all the rules, I'd never have got anywhere. So I'm not saying become a rebel, but follow something different. Go for it. Thank you, Rahul sir. Let's move on to our heart thoughts. If anyone wants to read the heart thoughts, please raise your hand. So all we're trying to do is challenge ourselves. If we really want to become something big, something unusual, challenge our capacities. Keep the company of interesting people, good competitors. Good competition can also be friends. Learn from them, get inspired by them. When they do something big, be there in success. Realize that they are doing so well and you take pride in them. That's when all of us will really realize ourselves. So very beautifully, the today's chapter is about infinite power. So I have unlimited potential. So beautiful, right? That's what we talked about. कि हम सब genius पैदा हुए हैं. हमने डी genius कर लिया अपने आप को पढ़ाई से, logic से. Now, what are we going to do? We can spend our time gripping and begrudging the things that went wrong, or how you are not good enough. You can spend your time thinking about joyous experiences. अभी हमने वो पढ़ा कि जब कभी कुछ अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती है, कोई बोलता है घंटा भर डिले होगा, हम ग्रज कर सकते हैं कि क्यों करना पड़ेगा, या हम उस टाइम को स्पेंड कर सकते हैं टू सम क्रिएटिव थिंकिंग. कुछ मजा आ रहा है, कुछ कर रहे हैं. Loving yourself and thinking joyful, happy thoughts is the quickest route you can take to create a wonderful life. So let's love ourselves. Let's think joyfully. Let's create good thoughts. And जब भी negative thoughts आए, मैंने कई बार आप लोगों को बोला है, please create a playlist जहाँ immediately सुन के your mind diverts. So please give yourself the gift of life. Very, very, very important. Kamakshi, over to you. I have unlimited potential.
Good morning. I have unlimited potential. In the infinity of life, where we all are, all is perfect, whole and complete. We rejoice in knowing we are one with the power that created us. This power loves all its creations, including us. We are the beloved children of the universe and have been given everything. We are the highest form of life on this planet and have been equipped with all that we need for every experience we shall have. Our minds are always connected to the one, infinite mind. Therefore, all knowledge and wisdom are available to us, as we believe it is so. We trust ourselves to create for ourselves only that which is for our highest good, greatest joy, and perfect for our spiritual growth and evolution. We love who we are. We are particularly delighted with the incarnation we have chosen this lifetime. We know that we can, from moment to moment, shape and reshape our personalities and even our bodies to further express our greatest potential. We rejoice in our unlimitedness and know that before us lie the totality of possibilities in every area. We trust totally in the one power and we know all is well in our world, so be it.
So it is. So I think it's lovely to have this as a meditation today. Kamakshi, thank you for reading. Should we do the same thing for meditation to realize our potential? let's tell ourselves that how potential we are today, because all the chapters have today come in and taught us about potential, about where we are resonating. And if there's something more that you want me to add, please let me know. Sometimes you can be demotivated by this. By what, Neha? I'm sorry, I didn't read your comment. Demotivated by what? But good competition में motivate होना है, demotivate थोड़ी ना होना है. Demotivate तो अभी तक होते आ रहे हैं, लेकिन उसकी बढ़ाई में, अपने competitor के, अपने सामने वाले की तरक्की में take pride. Learn what he or she is doing. When you learn from him or her, you will be much better and you'll be able to attract that beautiful knowledge to yourself. That's what it is all about. Anyways, for this, I'm going to today intertwine in a meditation. So, all right. Please add self-confidence. Yes, self-confidence will be a part of this also. Thank you so much. Let's close our eyes, our back straight, our hands comfortably placed in our laps, in a Gyan Mudra, or open hands, or Buddha pose. Take a deep breath in and fill your lungs with love. Feel the love pulsating in every part of your being. And as you exhale, feel becoming a channel of love, sharing your love. Include in your body a fresh breath of light. With everything seeming so clear, we are open and receptive to new light, to new ways of thinking. And as we exhale, we're sharing our light, whatever light we have, with the world, not waiting to perfect it, just the way it is. Let's inhale in knowledge. We're learning every single day. It's opening ourselves to so much more abundance. And as we exhale, may all of us become the channels for sharing knowledge, for helping others elevate just the way we are elevating. With the love, with the light, with the knowledge, may we be the channels for blessing someone today. Life is magical. Life is beautiful. Life is a lesson to be learned every day. Let's go deep within ourselves. Let's look into who we are. Who am I? I am the joyous creator. When I was born on Mother Earth, as the person that I am today with my name, I was given a lot of love, a lot of light. I was born being a genius, a creator with unlimited potential. And in my life, in its infinity, endless life where everything is going on and on and on, all was perfect, whole, and complete. The best part is, even right now, all is perfect, whole, and complete. But I have lost my sense in this life by my conditioning, by the pressures, not realizing that my 10% reaction or response determines my future. Something has to go wrong, will go wrong. But how I am reacting to it determines the quality of my life. Do I take competition? Do I take my failures as something to take a lesson from, learn from? Or am I expanding the misery that I feel having not gained what I really wanted? Let's all rejoice in knowing we are one powerful being. We are one with the power that has been given to us by God Himself. We are this beautiful power that creates all creations. When God is a creator, when He's an artist, so are we. We all are the beloved children of the universe who have been given everything. Now it's upon us to see that and take that in their hands. We are the highest form of life on planet Earth. And let's go and rejoice in all the experiences that we have. Let's open our minds by learning more every single day. Let's never say that I am this many years old. Age is all in the mind. Let's say I'm always a student for life, young, vibrant, radiating with intelligence, with energy. Our minds are always connected in one infinite mind. So all the knowledge we are getting, all the wisdom we are getting, we are believing, we are asking and receiving because we know that the divine intelligence guides us and we trust it. We trust the process of life. We trust ourselves now that each one of us can create our life the way we want for our highest good. Yes, we will have downfalls. There will be shortcomings, but we rise up to them with greatest joy in finding what is a lesson we have learned. This beautiful lesson is always perfect for our internal growth. Internal growth, we're growing spiritually more and more. Each one of us is evolving every single day, evolving to a better version of ourselves. Let's take a vow right now to only go for our betterment, to be better than who we are today, in passion, in love, in excitement, and never in competition. In work, let's always tell ourselves, may we always be inspired by good competition. May we strive, thrive, and move on in life exactly as we should. May we always enjoy the joyous occasions of life. May we fall in love with ourselves and may we fall in love with our life. Life is magical. Life is beautiful. Now we know in our beautiful transformational journey that all of us can shape our lives the way we desire. Our potential is infinite. We have so much. Let's become the open channels of love and light. Let's communicate widely. Let's rejoice in our unlimitedness, our infinite potential, our being absolutely bountiful. Let's trust in the power of life. Let's trust ourselves, our lives. Let's know very well that whatever comes, we have it in us to do it. Nobody will come and give us confidence. We ourselves need to be confident to know that we can do it. Knowing that worst what can happen, whatever I've set out to do may not unfold the way I desire, but yet I'm making an effort, yet I'm growing, yet I'm confident to take myself up in my life wherever I want to succeed. For this, let me first confidently ask, believe that I will get what I'm asking for, and then become a channel of receiving. Let me no longer procrastinate. Let me no longer think too deep. Let me simply become an open channel for love and light. Let life be beautiful because it is beautiful. Let me see that I am whole and complete. So be it. So it is. Let's bow our heads in gratitude towards Mother Earth. Look up at eye level, thank our life lessons, experiences that have shaped us into who we are today. So thank you for our past, thank you for our present, and thank you for our future. Today, at this right moment, let's sow the seeds of goodness in our hearts. May we be the channels of goodness. May we be the channels of love. And may we each resonate in harmony. So let's have an intention that life is in full harmony. When there is harmony, we of course will not shake and break. We will only evolve. So we are harmonious, and so it is. Let's open our hands towards the universe. Thank our universe. We love you, dear universe. Thank you, thank you, thank you for having our back. Dear Cosmos, thank you for including us in all your Leela. May we always walk on the right path ahead, inspired, motivated, and falling in a culture of love and light. To all the angels and guardians, Thank you for guarding us, showing us all cues. To all the divinities, thank you for showering your choicest of blessings on each one of us. We are surely the blessed ones. To all the teachers, coaches, masters, parents, ancestors, in this realm or the other, in this dimension or the other, in this plane or the other, in this planet or the others, we bow down to you on this thankful Thursday. Thank you for all your teachings, for your blessings, for your guidance. Expand our heart now. I am love. I am light. I shine bright, bright now, bright here. I am open and receptive to all the love and abundance from all universes. I am learning. I am evolving. Every day I'm a better version of myself with love, with light. No stress. My life flows beautifully, just the way it should, unfolding for my highest good and for unfolding for the highest good of others. Let of things for some. Rub your hands with the fast wish, bless your mind, your neck, shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back, excretory organs, back of your thighs, back of your knees, back of your calves, your soles, front of your feet, front of your calves, your knee, your thigh, your entire gut area, sexual, your lungs, your heart, your hand and your heart. For leaving all the negative emotions away, washing them down from all cores of our body, and intertwining in the perfect affirmations, the perfect quality of life. Let's thank our muscles, tissues, fibers, our skin, and our bones for keeping us as one. Your blood circulation system for flowing so beautifully. And now, share our light, blessings, and abundance. Let there be all of it for everyone. So it is. Jitendra ji, Gyan ji, Usha ji, Ruchi, Manish, Vijay ji, Anita, Ritu, Bhavika, Amit, so Neha on the virtual session. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Any questions, any reflections? But I think chapters are very clear. Today we're supposed to do exercise number 12 with Margaret, and yes, and ask ourselves a question. Are we striving towards perfection by asking the last question that what is it that we achieved? What we feel about it? Yes, Kamakshi. You have again unmuted yourself up. And thank you, Shivani, for recording every day for us. Yes, please.
I think your net is lagging a little bit.
My net is lagging. Yeah, आपका lag दिख रहा है.
अभी ठीक है. Actually, I was going through this, tapping into the book, going to the exercises yesterday. तो ये लग रहा था कि मतलब whatever she says is very right. तो उसमें ना बहुत ज्यादा वो भी है कि she takes out की negative emotions जो हैं कि why this, वही negative emotions आती हैं. मतलब मुझे ये बुक, I'm just feeling it कि जैसे वो होती नहीं, जैसे भगवत गीता है कि अर्जुन के क्वेश्चंस तो क्लियर है लेकिन आंसर ना भगवान के क्लियर नहीं हो पाते. मुझे वैसे ही लगता है कि यहाँ टैपिंग करके वो नेगेटिव इमोशंस तो निकलती हैं, बट हाउ टू गेट द पॉजिटिव एफर्मेशंस नहीं आ पाती है. मतलब इट सीम्स लाइक, मैं आपको बताती हूँ जैसे ना
क्यों
ये
नहीं आ पाती? टैपिंग में क्या करना है हमें?
लेकिन वो मतलब
टैपिंग में क्या करना है कामाक्षी?
जैसे वो कहती है कि मतलब एक गोल है, सपोज आई से कि हाँ ठीक है कि माय गोल इज, शी से कि यू डिजर्व 50 crores per year अर्न करना है इन अ टाइम स्पैन. वो इम्पॉसिबल लगते हैं. पहले आई थॉट कि इन लैक्स में, आपने कहा नहीं करोड़ में होना चाहिए एरिका, इम्पॉसिबल ड्रीम. तो मैं कहा चल ठीक है, लेकिन वो
नहीं नहीं नहीं, आप कंफ्यूज हो रहे हो. मैंने बोला 50 करोड़ कामाक्षी का आपका नेट बहुत लैग कर रहा है, ओवरलैप हो रहा है वॉइस का. सो लेट मी फर्स्ट क्लैरिफाई. मैंने कहा था एक लार्जर गोल होना चाहिए, पर वहां आज हम नहीं, हमारी औकात है, हम नहीं पहुंच सकते. शॉर्टर गोल, टैंजिबल गोल लगना चाहिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मेरी अभी इनकम 1 करोड़ है, तो 1.25 करोड़ 1.5 करोड़ मेरा गोल बनना चाहिए, जो बिलीवेबल है मेरे माइंड को, हार्ट को. सेइंग कि दिस इज माय गोल फॉर नाउ, गोइंग ऑन टू 50 करोड़. एकदम से 1 करोड़ की अभी हमारी इनकम है नहीं, 50 करोड़ पे हम पहुंच जाते हैं. हाउ इज इट, यू नो, इट्स आउटरेजियस. इट्स गुड टू हैव एन आउटरेजियस गोल, बट एक आउटरेजियस होना चाहिए कि वहां उसके लिए गोल्स क्या है, स्टेप्स क्या है करने के लिए. लेकिन आपने स्टीवन स्कॉट की बुक में भी देखा, बाकी जगह भी देखा कि एक टैंजिबल गोल भी होना चाहिए, शॉर्ट टर्म लॉन्ग टर्म. एंड टैपिंग करने पे हम एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं कि नेगेटिविटी मेरे अंदर है,
वो निकलती
उसको
है.
हम बाहर ला रहे हैं, एंड टैप करके उसको निकालना है बॉडी से बाहर. कि ओके आई हैव दिस, ओके आई एक्सेप्ट दिस हाउ थिंग, ओके दिस हाउ आई वांट टू बी. एंड देन एफर्मेशंस बोलनी है. इसके लिए स्क्रिप्ट की जरूरत नहीं है हमको. हमको अंडरस्टैंड करना है कि ओके दिस इज माय प्रोग्रामिंग, दिस इज माय ट्यूनिंग. एंड वंस आई टैप इट, ओके आई लेट यू गो, आई एम लेटिंग यू गो, दिस फीलिंग इज नो लॉन्गर required, I'm letting you go, I have gone through this pain, but now no more, there's no need. And then you intertwine affirmations in your body. आप आधा काम कर रहे हो, आधा नहीं कर रहे हो.
क्योंकि जो मैजिक बुक थी, मैजिक बुक आई डिड और मिरर वर्क, उसमें मैजिक हुआ, मैजिक स्टार्टेड हैपनिंग, मतलब इट इज वेरी गुड कि वो हो रहा है, छोटे छोटे मैजिक्स आ रहे हैं. लेकिन टैपिंग से हाँ इट इज हेल्पिंग, बट एक वो है ना आउटरेजियस गोल, उसका वो ही नहीं खत्म होता. मतलब इट कॉजेज लॉट ऑफ रेस्टलेसनेस, ये चीज होती है. मतलब द मोमेंट आई गो बैक,
सेकंड पार्ट ही नहीं कर रहे हो.
क्या नहीं कर रहे हो?
टैपिंग इज इन 3 पार्ट्स ना.
या
आप एक पार्ट करके रह रहे हो. एक्सेप्ट तो करो कि ये आउटरेजियस है.
हाँ वो तो एक्सेप्ट आ गया कि इट इज आउटरेजियस, वो भी आ गया, इम्पॉसिबल है. देन
फिर अपने अंदर ठीक है, वो कर लिया, स्टेप नंबर 2 कर लिया. थर्ड स्टेप क्या है? The universe is opening doors for me, new opportunities coming for me. I am attracting I'm attracting money like a magnet, and so much is coming for me. I can do it. I know I can do it. I'm built to do it. So much more affirmations बोलो ना अपने आप को. टैपिंग के बाद जब प्रॉपर टैपिंग करोगी, उसके बाद हल्का फील होता है, एक्साइटेड फील होता है, लाइट फील होता है, हैवी नहीं फील होता.
ट्रू, दिस इज ट्रू. बहुत अच्छा फील होता है.
बाद में कहाँ फील हो रहा है जब तुम बोल रहे हो कि कृष्ण की तरह सवाल कर लिए, जवाब नहीं मिले, तो इसका मतलब आधा काम तो कर ही नहीं रहे हो आप. पहले क्वेश्चन करना है, एनालाइज करना है, उसको फिर एक्सेप्ट करना है, फिर उसको बोला कि अब इसकी जरूरत नहीं है. किसकी जरूरत है? एफर्मेशंस डालो बॉडी में. टैपिंग इज नॉट अ 1 पार्ट प्रोसेस, इट्स अ 3 पार्ट प्रोसेस.
राइट. हाँ एफर्मेशंस नहीं डाल रही.
तो फिर कैसे? फिर तो हैवी फील होगा ही ना. फिर तो आपने ब्रेन में प्रॉब्लम ले आए, प्रॉब्लम को एक्सपैंड कर रहे हो. प्रॉब्लम को तो डिलीट करनी है लाइफ से, टैप करके टैप अवे करना है.
तो एफर्मेशंस
टाइम लगेगा.
क्या
टाइम लगेगा.
ओके.
इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू बी वेरी वेरी फास्ट, टाइम लगेगा. बट इंटेंशन होना चाहिए कि नेगेटिविटी को टैप अवे कर रहे हैं, एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं. बाय एक्सेप्टिंग, telling it now it's no longer required, so please leave it, and tapping the good bit in you. और नहीं याद आ रहा तो रिकॉर्ड कर लो अपने लिए अपनी आवाज में. अगर तुम अपने आप हाथ के हाथ नहीं बना पा रही हो टैपिंग की एक्सरसाइजेस मॉड्यूल, तो फिर रिकॉर्ड कर लो.
राइट.
एंड ये ना पर्सनलाइज्ड है. इट्स नॉट लाइक कि मैं एक बना दूं फॉर्मेट, मनीष के लिए वर्क करेगा, रुचि के लिए वर्क करेगा, विजय जी के लिए करेगा, तुम्हारे लिए करेगा. नहीं, सबका अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स, अपने चैलेंजेस हैं, सबका अपना कस्टमाइज बनेगा. सुरेंद्र जी knows उनकी प्रॉब्लम टैप अवे करेंगे। रिक बोलूंगी
नेट लैग कर रहा है स्पाची।
हाँ मुझे लग रहा है आपका कर रहा है। कैन एवरीवन हियर मी प्रॉपर्ली? आई मीन आई थिंक ओनली कामाक्षी का लैग कर रहा है। इज दैट द रीजन या मेरा लैग कर रहा है? क्योंकि मेरे यहाँ तो कोई प्रॉब्लम, कोई अलर्ट आया नहीं। या सो कामाक्षी आपका नेट आज लैग कर रहा है। चलो एनीवेज, वर्क ऑन इट, रीड द बुक अगेन। उसमें 2 पार्ट 3 पार्ट्स हैं, तीनों चालू करो आप।
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच।
All right. Thank you, everyone. Let's see each other tomorrow at 5. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
थैंक यू।